Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stitch EXOGENI SNICE customer SNICEs to the SDX SNICE and stitch Chameleon node to SDX SNICE and how to make the configurations to let them talk with each other via the SDX SNICE. This is a follow-up to the previous video, and the three customer SNICEs are the same, and I am creating a new exact the same SDX SNICE now. Okay, I think it's ready, and now it's still making the configurations to the SDX SNICE. Okay, now the SDX SNICE is up. And I also have a load on Chameleon, this node, with this IP address 10.32.98.202. And now let me start the SDX server. We can skip using save for now. Okay, the SDX server has started. First, let's stitch the three customer SNICEs to SDX. This is on stitch port. Client EXOGENI. Client. First, we stitch C1 to EXOGENI. Stitch C0 to SDX C0. So the C1 SNICE is on Chameleon rack, and the C0 on SDX SNICE is on Chameleon rack. You can see. Here it's on Chameleon. So we stitch C1 customer SNICE C1 to C0 in SDX. And we also stitch the second SNICE C2 UFL C3. So the second SNICE C2 is on UFL rack, and the router C3 in SDX SNICE is on UFL rack. Let me check this. Here, C3 is on UFL, and we can also see that C2 is on Starlight rack, and then we stitch the Starlight rack. C3 Starlight. C2. Okay, and when we stitch EXOGENI customer SNICE to SDX, we add a new broadcast link to the SNICE. And now I hard-coded the IP address of the stitch interface to the name of the stitch port. As you can see here, 34, here 35, and here 33. Then after that, when we advertise the IP prefix of the customer's NICE, we should use this gateway, use this IP address of the gateway. And by the way, for customer's NICE C1, its IP prefix is 10.1/24. For NICE C2, the prefix is 20.1/24, and for NICE C3 is 40.1/24. If you watched my previous video, you should see that we can't use 30.1/24 address for the customer's NICE, since I configured the I already used the 30.1/24 prefix in the SDX NICE to configure the internal IP addresses. So if we use 30.1 IP address, that will conflict with the SDX IP addresses. Now the stitching has already finished, and here we have already logged onto the C node 1 of the first NICE with this IP address 10.2, and the second customer's NICE with this IP address 20.2, and the C node 1 of the third customer's NICE 40.2. And note that we need to pin between the C node 1 in customer's NICE, since the C node 0 is considered as a router, and if we pin from C node 0, it will use the default gateway IP address like 33.2, and we don't have such routing entries in the SDX NICE, so that won't work. We just pin between the C node 1. Before I advertise the route, let's try to pin between the node, and it won't work. 40.2. It won't work. And now let's start advertising the route, the IP prefix. Route 1. Oh, it's C1. The gateway IP address is this one, and the router for this is in SDX NICE is C0. Okay. Now the SDX server has received the advertisement. Since we need pairs of IP prefixes to configure the routes, so only one advertisement doesn't make any changes. But if we advertise the prefix of another NICE, then we will configure the routes between the pairs. Now let's advertise the second NICE prefix to SDX. The gateway is 34.2 and the router is C3. Okay. After this, we should see the pin between 10.2 and 20.2 it works. And then let's advertise the prefix of the third NICE to SDX. is 40.120/24, and the gateway is this one 35.2, and the router is C2. Okay, after this one, we can say that the connection between all the three customer NICes have been enabled. And in the SDX server, we can say that after we advertise the first prefix, nothing happened. And after we receive the second prefix, it says that the connection between the first and the second is allowed. Since now we don't have authorization, so we would just allow connection between any pairs of customers. And after we advertise the third prefix, we can say that the third prefix between the previous two, the connection between them are allowed. And we can see here that the pin between any two customer NICs work. Now next, let me stitch the Chameleon cloud to the SDX NICE. Remember that I have a Chameleon node with this IP address 202 using VLAN tag 98. The configuration file of the Chameleon NICE is similar. Now, in this demo, I'm not using CIF, but if we do, we need to set the CIF server, set the address of the CIF server to the CIF server for the Chameleon NICE. And actually the IP prefix doesn't make sense here. And let's run it. We also skip the CIF authorization. Oh, okay, I don't remember the command. It's in README file. Note that this IP address, so when we stitch the Chameleon cloud to the node, we will add a stitch port to the node, and this creates a new interface on the EXOGENI node. So we need to specify give this interface an IP address so that the Chameleon cloud can talk with other exogenous NICes using this gateway. And the gateway IP address is here. We can't use the 200 IP address since it's an internal address of a router in Chameleon cloud, and we can use 101 for now. And we tested that it doesn't exist; it's not used within Chameleon. And the IP address for the Chameleon node is 202, as we can see here. And the name of the configuration file is Carol. Okay. We can see at the SDX server that it received a stitching request to C2. By the way, C2, since C2 is on StarNet rack, we stitch the Chameleon node to this node. If we refresh the NICE, we will see a stitch port added to this C2 node. Where is C2? C2 is here. Well, I didn't see the VLAN created for stitch port, but I think it's Flux. But I think Flux didn't display the NICE correctly, and we can see the stitch port here. I hard coded the IP address of the stitch port to its name. Let's try if the connection is okay later. Okay, we can see that the stitch operation is already completed. Then we advertise the IP prefix of the convenience nice to SDX. The command for advertising the IP prefix is exactly the same as exogenous nice do. Maybe just use this one. The gateway is 10.32.98.202. This is IP address of the node, and the router on SDX nice is C2. Right. Let's do it. And we can see that SDX server also configured this configured the routing between the convenient prefix and the other two customer slices. Now let's ping from the customer node to the convenient node. Now it won't work since we haven't configured the routing in convenient node yet. Just leave it here. It won't work. And now let's log on to the convenient node and configure the routing. We use this command IP route at 992.168.0.0/20/16 scope global next hop wire 0.0.0.0 device Ethernet 1. It says that oh, we should use Ethernet 0. Ethernet 0. Let's look at the route. The entry is already here. For this IP prefix, it will use Ethernet 0. And it should work, but it doesn't for now. I don't know why. Let's try to pin the gateway 101, and it still doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? Let's log on to the. I think it's possible. It might because that the stitching between convenient node to the EXOGENI node is not successful. Since I didn't see the interface on C2 for the stitch port, so that might be the problem. Let me log on to C2 first to see if the interface exists. This is C2. It has 3 interfaces. Okay, that explains it. Since we remember that we have C2 is connected to C1 and C3, and there is a exogenous nice stitch to it. So there is already 3 interfaces, and here we only see 3 interfaces, EXO, SR1, 2, 3. So actually the stitching operation is not successful. Well, let me try to stitch the node to C1. Hope I don't know if this will work. I don't think that this will work, but just let me try. Oh, damn. No, this is not. We should stitch first. C1. Oh, I stitched the node to C3. So there might be, oh yes, there is another interface for the stitch port on node C3. So I may need to advertise the prefix of Chameleon to C3. I don't know if it works. Okay, it doesn't work. It still doesn't work. Let me just restart the SDX server. Okay, I think there is something wrong with this nice since maybe it failed to load the slice from EXOGENI since something might went wrong with the stitch port. To make sure that it's because the Chameleon node can't talk to EXOGENI node because the stitching is unsuccessful. Let me log on to the C3 and try to pin between the two nodes directly. We can see 3 interfaces here. Yeah, right. And we delete the open with bridge. And in this nice, we can see that the C3 has two unnamed link. The first one is 358 connected to C2. So this 353. Anyway, I believe that the 358 is connected to C2, and another unnamed link 315 is connected to the stitch port to EXOGENI slice. So I believe that the left one is connected to the stitch port. The MAC address for these two interfaces is 5F and 44. We can see that the SR1 and SR2 has this 44 and 5F MAC address. So the SR2 is connected to the stitch port. Let me configure its IP address as 10.32.98.101 and see if we can pin to the Chameleon node. Okay, let's try. Oh, it works. Okay, I don't know why the connection between Chameleon node and EXOGENI node doesn't work for now. I will try to figure this out and show you later. Thank you for watching this video.